One sunny morning, in a small village at the edge of a dense forest, a group of friends discovered something extraordinary. Mia, Leo, and Sam were playing near the old oak tree when they noticed a glint of something buried in the roots. Digging carefully, they pulled out a rolled-up piece of parchment. It was a map. The map showed a path leading to Smoky Mountain, a volcano that had been dormant for centuries. At the top of the mountain was a glowing red dot, and around it were strange symbols that none of them could understand. "This looks like an adventure," said Leo, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "But Smoky Mountain is dangerous," Mia replied, frowning. "What if the volcano wakes up?" "Well, be careful," Sam said confidently. "Besides, look at this symbol. It looks like a treasure chest. What if there's something amazing up there?" The friends decided to follow the map. They packed their bags with snacks, water, and a flashlight, and set off toward the forest. The forest was alive with sounds: chirping birds, rustling leaves, and the occasional snap of a twig underfoot. The friends followed the map's winding path, which led them deeper into the woods. The air was cool and fresh, and the sunlight filtered through the trees in golden beams. "This place feels magical," Mia whispered as they passed a cluster of glowing mushrooms. "Do you think the volcano is really dangerous?" Leo asked, glancing at the map. "Only one way to find out," Sam said, leading the way. As they walked, they noticed strange things. A tree with bark that shimmered like silver, a patch of flowers that hummed softly, and a stream that seemed to flow uphill. The forest was full of wonders, but the friends kept their eyes on the path, determined to reach Smoky Mountain. After hours of walking, the friends reached a deep ravine. The only way across was a rickety old bridge that swayed in the wind. The map called it the Bridge of Echoes. "This doesn't look safe," Mia said, peering over the edge. "We don't have a choice," Sam replied. "The map says this is the only way." Carefully, they stepped onto the bridge. With each step, the wood creaked and the ropes groaned. Halfway across, a strong gust of wind made the bridge sway violently. Leo froze, clutching the ropes. "Don't look down," Mia called. "Just keep moving." One by one, they made it to the other side, their hearts pounding. As they stepped onto solid ground, they heard a strange sound, a whisper that seemed to come from the bridge itself. "Did you hear that?" Leo asked. "It's just the wind," Sam said, though he didn't sound convinced. The path led them to a cave at the base of Smoky Mountain. The map called it the Cave of Shadows. Inside, the air was cool and damp, and the walls glistened with moisture. The friends turned on their flashlight, its beam cutting through the darkness. "This place gives me the creeps," Mia said, her voice echoing. "Look at these markings," Sam said, pointing to the walls. They were covered in the same strange symbols from the map. As they ventured deeper, the cave began to narrow. Suddenly, the flashlight flickered. "Uh-oh," Leo said. "Please don't die on us now." The light went out, plunging them into darkness. But then, a faint glow appeared ahead. It was coming from a cluster of crystals embedded in the walls. The crystals lit their way, leading them to the other side of the cave. Emerging from the cave, the friends found themselves at the base of Smoky Mountain. The path ahead was steep and rocky, with patches of steam rising from the ground. "This is it," Sam said, looking up at the towering peak. "The map says the treasure is at the top." The climb was tough. The ground was slippery with ash, and the air grew hotter as they ascended. But the friends encouraged each other, taking breaks when they needed to. "Do you think the volcano is really asleep?" Mia asked, as a puff of steam shot up nearby. "Let's hope so," Leo replied, wiping sweat from his brow. Finally, they reached the summit. The crater was a bubbling pool of lava, its surface glowing orange and red. The heat was intense, and the air smelled of sulfur. "Look!" Sam shouted, pointing to a ledge near the crater's edge. There, partially buried in ash, was a chest. The friends carefully made their way to the chest. It was old and covered in dust, but the lock was intact. Using a rock, Sam pried it open. Inside was a collection of glowing crystals, each one pulsing with light. "These are amazing," Mia said, holding one up. "They look like the ones in the cave," Leo added. Suddenly, the ground beneath them shook. The lava in the crater bubbled more violently, and sparks shot into the air. "The volcano's waking up," Sam yelled. "We need to get out of here," Mia cried. Grabbing the chest, the friends began their descent. The ground continued to shake, and rocks tumbled down the mountainside. The descent was even more dangerous than the climb. The ground shook with each step, and rocks fell around them. Behind them, the volcano erupted, sending a plume of ash and lava into the sky. "Faster!" Leo shouted as a boulder rolled past them. They ran as fast as they could, dodging falling rocks and leaping over cracks in the ground. The air grew thick with ash, making it hard to breathe. Finally, they reached the edge of the forest, collapsing onto the grass. The volcano continued to erupt behind them, but they were safe. "We made it," Mia said, breathing heavily. "And we have the treasure," Sam added, opening the chest. The crystals glowed softly, their light calming and beautiful. Back in the village, the friends discovered the true secret of the crystals. When placed together, they created a protective barrier around the village, shielding it from harm. "These aren't just treasures," Mia said. "They're a gift." "And we were the ones chosen to find them," Leo added. The friends smiled, knowing they had not only found an incredible treasure, but also protected their home.